Chat, today is a very special day because today is our 6 million subscriber special stream. That's right, baby. We hit 6 million subscribers. And now we're at 6.2 million. So, okay, we're a little bit late. We are a little bit late to this. We are just about to hit 6.2 later this week or month. So we're a little bit late. A little bit late. That's my bad. That's my bad. I took a little longer than I thought I would take. But, hey, we still hit 6 million subscribers. And for that, I like to do something on this channel. I do it every 6 months to a year or so. Where basically, we do a Q&A. You guys get to ask me anything you want, and I have to answer honestly. It can literally be anything at all. Now, obviously, there are some questions that I don't want to answer. Like, what is your credit card number? What's your social security number? How big is it? Does it clap? Those questions sometimes make me a little uncomfortable. And so here's what we're going to do. I will answer any question. That is true. I promise. But if I choose to veto a question, then I will have to spin the wheel. Maybe add one that's like get dinner in a movie with squeaks. Never mind. Get dinner in a movie with squeaks. That is the wheel. They're all punishments and things I really, really don't want to do. Things that I absolutely would hate to do, okay? Now, you might be wondering, chat, okay, how do I ask a question? How is my question chosen to be thrown on stream? And the answer is very simple. All you have to do is ask the question in chat. And what I can do is highlight it on the stream, and then it will instantly pop. And your entire username, which might be your government name, will pop up alongside with your question. So bear that in mind when you ask a question, that your name, for example, Sarab Dahale, you would be attached to the message, try to suck your own penis, if you were to ask that. Totally hypothetical, that would pop up if you were to ask that. How do we know if you are telling the truth or not? Jeffrey, it's a great question. And the answer, you got only my word to go off. But look, I think my life has been out there enough that you can usually tell if I'm lying out of my ass, okay? You can usually tell for the most part. Oh. Okay, I guess there are some things that I'm not going to be able to answer. I can't answer this. Legally speaking, it breaks the contract, okay? That is part of contracts, is you can't say how much you make in those contracts. Time to spin the fucking wheel, I guess. Oh my god, I was so hoping it wouldn't be that. I was so fucking hoping it wouldn't be that. Oh, I heard this game takes like 40 hours to beat. Fuck me, son of a bitch. I was so hoping it would go one more over. By the way, no repeat questions. That should be obvious, but we're not doing any repeat questions. And there's a lot of you guys who are going to ask these types of questions. I get this every time I do one of these. People who just ask questions to get me to spin the wheel. All right? No, we're hitting all of them right now. You can't ask for my social, my credit card number, my driver's license number, or my phone number. All of those are off limits. I cannot answer those. But I can spin the wheel. Let's get to it. Fuck. Is it clean? That's not bad. Wait, it's kind of clean. Is it too much? Shit. Shit. Is it fine? Fuck. God, you guys are such fucking pricks. Really? What's your credit card number? I don't give a shit about you as a human. Fuck. What's the most embarrassing thing you did on a date? Oh, not pay. That's the most embarrassing thing. Because there's some things that are embarrassing. Like I took a girl to the casino and then to watch an anime movie and she doesn't gamble or doesn't like anime. And that was like just what I wanted to do. And then like I showed Cutie on our first date my high school musical, which is like embarrassing in like a sitcom way. But what I actually cringe when I think about is one of my girlfriends in high school. Not that I had multiple at the same time, but like you know what I mean. One of the girlfriends that I had in college, not high school, excuse me. One of the girlfriends I had in college, I asked her if she wanted to go on a date, first ever date. I said, do you want to get ice cream? And then we got ice cream together. And I was in front of her in line and we went to Cold Stone Creamery. And I got chocolate chip cookie dough and I got double scoop because I love chocolate chip cookie dough. And I got it in a waffle cone and then I paid for mine. And then she went up and I was just licking my ice cream. I wasn't even thinking about it. She was mad for the rest of the date. I didn't know that when you ask somebody on a date, you're supposed to pay for them. I didn't do that. And like, look, to be fair, there are still dates you can have where like, if it's a little pricier, like, you know, you can talk about it and being like, hey, are you okay splitting the bill? I didn't do that either. I just bought the ice cream and then walked away until she followed. And I think with the price of ice cream, I should have paid for her ice cream. Right? It's not like fucking movie, 5-star restaurant, dinner, cocktail bar after. It was an ice cream. That's the most embarrassing thing I've done, I think. Who would you save and let the other die? Squeaks or Stans? If a giant robot is holding up both Squeaks and Stans and only one of them can live and the other gets crushed into oblivion, I 100% kill Squeaks, not even like thinking about it twice. If you could never see your fans outside of events in cons, would you want that? Fuck no. I love seeing viewers. I saw a dude last night who walked up to me and he was like, Ludwig? And I was like, yeah. And he was very sweet and it was nice to meet him. I like it. I really do. It also makes me feel swag sometimes. Like if I'm hanging out with Cutie's family and people come up to me at Disneyland and they're like, you're Ludwig, I go back to her nieces and nephews like I'm Michael fucking Jackson. I feel like a rock star. I'm like, yeah, my bad. My bad. It happens all the time. Brody, you are fucked. You are fucked for this. End racism or end cancer? I think it has to be cancer. Because racism as a society, there's an upwards trajectory. Like, it's not good, but it's better than it was 50 years ago and 100 years ago. But that's a battle that I genuinely believe the indomitable human spirit can win. Cancer, I don't know if the human species can win. It might be some like inevitable thing. And so that battle feels like better for humanity. I don't like how I phrased that ending, but I think I just explained myself well enough. What's your address? You didn't say no to this. Okay, yeah, you're right. Fine. Address is now part of the questions you can't ask. What streaming related decision do you genuinely regret? Not much, to be honest. I would say, you know what? I would say the Destiny beef. I came out swinging. It was a very emotional outburst, which I don't usually do, but it happens a lot when I think people talk shit on my girl. It is generally just a thing that makes my life a lot worse. And not only my life, but like my girl's life. So it's like, if the goal is to like, you know, have her have a better life, I don't think I achieved it, you know? Because she still gets rando harassed by people because of it. You know, and like Duncan for Twitter likes, like, does it fucking matter? No. But that's probably it. Which of Cutie's friends is the hottest? Prezzo. What is the drunkest you've gotten in the past year? It was on stream on CDog VA's stream. It was going to 10 different bars and finishing out the tab. That was probably the drunkest I've been in the past year. I think 100%. Okay, what the fuck? When and why did you get an eyebrow slit? Yikes. 'Cause of you! Sorry, I'm crashing out. Sorry, you. Literally this fucking stream. Like, okay. Fuck, marry, kill, Slime, Nick, Aiden. I would marry Slime. No, actually, let me change it. I could really do all three with all three. I've got it. I kill Aiden. I marry Nick. I think he would be the best partner for me and would push me in ways that the other two wouldn't. And I've heard Slime is pretty confident on what he'd be able to do to my body. So, you know, I'll fuck him. Sky here on YouTube. This question comes from Sky here on YouTube. How big is it? Your D. I'm going to spin the wheel. Not because I'm embarrassed of what I am packing, but I don't like that sexual sort of content and stuff and doing that. Okay? So that's the only reason. Not because I'm embarrassed. What? Are you fucking serious? Dude, what are these questions? If you were to do a crime, but no one could ever do it again, what would you do? Okay, there's two schools of thoughts with this. One, you fucking kill someone. because then nobody could ever kill someone again. But I think that's stupid. You see, better than never killing anyone again, I would commit the crime of lying in court, aka perjury. Because then every single time somebody was in court, they would have to tell the truth and they would get justice served. Good answer. Good answer. Why did you become a streamer? Kind of by accident. I didn't know really that you could be a streamer until college when I discovered streaming. And then I became a streamer because, I got fired from all my other jobs. And I had two friends, Slime and Nick, who wanted to live with me and wanted me to move in with them. And so I decided to move in with them and try streaming out. And now I'm here. What is the most illegal thing you've ever done? Probably robbing a store. No, okay, the tax evasion is not a crime. And it wasn't evasion, it was avoidance, which isn't a crime. What? Can we be nicer with the questions? How fat are you? Don't ask that. How much do you weigh is the correct question. How fat are you? That's not nice, okay? 88 kilograms. 88 to 89, anywhere in between there. What would your last meal be? Okay. No, I've thought about this because I watched that YouTuber who does the last meals. He did one with Sean Evans recently. I think my last meal, give me a PB&J, give me a cappuccino, give me a lobster roll, give me some croquette, give me a scone to go with that cappuccino, steak. Yeah, give me a steak. Just fucking filet mignon. Yeah, that'd be nice too. And then an affogato, probably. And then a cigarette. If it's my last meal, that counts as part of the meal. Of all the sponsors you've done, which one do you regret the most? The sponsor that I regret the most is a poker company I used to work with called American Card Room. I was only sponsored to play poker. They did have a casino, but I never got sponsored to play the casino, only the poker. Now, you might think I regret it because I was promoting gambling or something. I didn't give a fuck about that. I think poker is a dope game. I think anyone should be allowed to play poker if they're of age and have enough funds and money and understand the game, of course. So I actually don't have a problem with that at all. The reason I regret it is because that company refused to pay me out. And the money that I earned playing poker, because I won a bunch of tournaments, I would then gamble on their site, and it was so fucking hard to pull the money out. And so if it's hard for me, it means it's hard for the other people who I was promoting it to play poker. And so I stopped working with them because I think they're kind of a dog shit site. That's my one probably regret for companies. Who do you actually root for harder, Mango or Zane? Mango is the GOAT. He's my favorite player of all time. Zane is a moist mogul. He is signed to my esports team. If I'm being 1 billion% honest, this genuinely feels like you asking which of your two children do you like most. And my actual answer is I root for whoever is doing worse. Does that make sense? So like, look, Zane was crushing it for a while. He was winning tournaments. Mango had not won a tournament in 2 years. I'm rooting for Mango all the time. Mango just won a tournament. I don't give a fuck if he loses the next one. I'm rooting for Zane 100%. So I'm basically choosing which child is struggling more and then putting more energy into the struggling child. But I do view Mango basically as my own in terms of fandom, even though he's not a signed Moist Mogul. What is your current bank balance? I don't want to answer because not because I'm trying to understate my wealth. I'm very open about how much money I make. I'm just not trying to flex on you hoes. You feel me? I'm not trying to stunt on you guys right now. I think I spin the wheel here. No! Fuck! Fuck! Dude, that's so much beer. Those are used, by the way. Hey, used shoes. I'm being respectful to shoey culture. What are the best and worst streams that I've ever done? The worst stream that I've ever done, it's probably like a sponsored stream. There's not like one that necessarily sticks out to me. I mean, I think the worst stream I've ever done, I've always said, is when I played Toontown. All right? Because I had a bunch of people in chat spamming me, asking me to play Toontown. And then I boot up Toontown, and what do you know? There was nobody in chat at all. Everybody fucking left. That was the worst stream I ever did. The best stream I've ever done, I mean, by metrics, it's chess boxing. Had hundreds of thousands of people watching. But I don't know if I actually feel like that was the best stream I've ever done. And so maybe it's a cop-out, but I think the best single stream that I've done is the subathon, man. It was one continuous stream for 30 days, and it was so good that after the stream, I cried. How much does a YouTuber make on a video? Now, the average is a tough question because it varies so drastically. It varies on if it's obviously a short video or a long form video, how long the video is, how many views the video has. I mean, shit, like what the topic of the video is matters, how many ads are in the video. I put less ads in videos that have sponsors. So it's hard to just tell you the average outright. What I can tell you, which I think is much more valuable, is the CPM, the cost per mile, aka how much money I make for 1,000 views. And the answer for that, $3.95. What is the one thing that your mom punished you for the most? As a child, I had a habit of just doing shit without asking for my mother's permission. Because my sister, her personality type was that if my mother said no to something she wanted, hanging out with a friend, eating a snack, buying a certain thing, she would argue with my mother nonstop until my mother cracked or she cried. I saw this, I adapted. I said, I'm not gonna argue my points. I'm just gonna fucking do it. I'll ask my mom respectfully, and if she says no and I really want to do it, I'm running that shit. Sorry. So I did that a lot growing up. I was operating by the process of do first and then seek forgiveness. And I think probably the maddest my mom ever got, it's probably when I crashed her car. So I had a car growing up. It ran out of gas. I needed a new car, and I was supposed to go to my indoor soccer league. I was like 16, 17. So I was like, fuck it. I'll take my mom's car. I didn't ask her. So anyway, I'm a little bit late. I'm driving there. I'm speeding a little more than I should. And I'm taking this bend. It's a pretty tight bend. They got some chevrons marking it. I hit an ice patch, and I just, it's not even like a crash, but I slowly slide off the road into a ditch. And I can't get out of the ditch. And I'm like, fuck, how do I fix this? I don't want to call anyone. I don't call my mom. I don't call the police. I call a tow truck. Tow truck comes. They're like, did you call the police? I'm like, no. Not a fucking narc. He goes, you got it legally. You're in a crash. You have to call the police. He calls it for me. Call my mom. My mom comes. The police come. Police are like they're checking the scene. They're like, why didn't you call? I go, I didn't know I had to, officer. They look under my car. There is a bottle of Fireball. Not mine. And I mean this so genuinely. It was not mine. It just happened to be there. Pure coincidence. They didn't cuff me. They didn't lock me up, but they towed my mom's car back to our house. My mom drove me home. I skipped soccer that day, and my mom was pretty mad. She was pretty mad at me. Had to get the tires realigned, as it were. If your house was burning and you could only save one of your pets, knowing the others would suffer, which one would you save? You are fucked in the head. I have to save Swift. I love Coots. I love Durs. I'm not even that close with Swift. But if I left this fire with one pet to Cutie outside of the fire with anyone but Swift, she probably kills me the next day. She loves Swift more than me. I don't have to tell you. That's just a fact. I can't, on my watch, let Swift go. I just can't do it. When is the Ludlock? So if you don't know, Taganator, shout out to the OG. A lot of people started watching me because I used to play Pokemon. Specifically, I would do a Nuzlocke, a Ludlock. And I haven't done one. Well, I haven't done one in a long time if you exclude the one time that I cheated. I will say, I have a Nuzlocke planned. I've had a guy who has DM'd me every day for 333 days. When he reaches 1 year, I'll do a Ludlock again. So I guess that means in a month, I owe you guys a Nuzlocke. Would you ever consider going back to Twitch? Now, obviously, I made a lot of fucking waves leaving Twitch for where we're at right now. YouTube. Been here for 2.5 years, a little more. I like a lot of things about YouTube live streaming, but I also miss a lot of things about Twitch. So my honest answer is I will 1 billion% try at least a stream on Twitch, but and I mean this with so much sincerity, don't know where I actually will be streaming day to day. I have no clue. What streamer group do you think is the cringiest? You know, there's a lot of good ones out there. I'll spin the wheel here. I think they're all really cool in their own way. I'll spin the wheel here. Hey, let me spin the wheel here real quick. Okay, I have to donate to a charity or a nonprofit a random number between 1 and 5,000. What, bro? You saw the number. All right, I'm gonna donate 1K to Alveus. I'm gonna donate 1K to No Kid Hungry, and I'm gonna donate 1K to the PCRF. Least favorite member of Offline TV. I actually really like all the members of Offline TV. But the one who at points makes me hate them with a passion that cannot be described outside of maybe a word that starts with rotten and ends with itch would probably be Lily Pichu. What's been your least favorite and most favorite era for your streamer career? Least favorite was probably Among Us, because everyone wanted Among Us every day, and if I didn't play Among Us, people would be mad. And when I was playing Among Us, it was like fun, but like with valleys of boring. And I was at points, this is real, looking at TV or other streamers on my second monitor, because when I was dead and people would be in a meeting to talk about what happened, my chat would get mad at me if I talked. So I would start watching fucking streams so I wouldn't interrupt the conversation that was happening. The viewership was great and all, but like that's probably the least fun I personally was having. My favorite era as a streamer, it's probably when I'm grinding something. So like there's a few times where I've become addicted to a game and grinded the shit out of it. Now, it's not just one era, but like Suika game is a good example, or like Pogo Stucks is a good example. But like basically any time that I wanted to like try my absolute best to beat a game, and I would wake up and all I could think about was playing this game and grinding the shit out of it. Mario, Party, a world record. Those are good, because that's like I'm fucking waking up excited to be awake to be able to grind the game out. That's probably it. Yeah, that's probably it. What team wins the State Farm Gamerhood show? I cannot answer that, bro. You gotta stop asking me about my sponsor shit. I'll let Jason tweet off. Where were you January 6th? Dude, the worst part about this is I'm gonna have to go inside with Jason's family and grab hot sauce from the fucking fridge.
Yeah, that'll work. And then tinier. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Ew. I think he just wanted attention.
Oh, shit. Doesn't taste good on the palate, I'll tell you. Can you make up your own question and answer it? Something chat hasn't thought of. I would say, you know what? If someone were to ask me who my hero was, I've thought about this, and I have two answers. The first one is Static Shock, black superhero with superpowers of electricity. My second one, probably my mother, because she is a single parent of 2 kids and a teacher, and I think gave me a unrealistic idea that I could be whatever I wanted if I just tried, and that everything would always work out, which not everyone agrees with. But because I believe those things, I ended up, in part, the spot that I'm in. Anyway, W Mom and W Static Shock. If blue was a color in the alphabet, How many green beans could you smell via earlobe? What are we doing here? Don't say good question. What does that mean? Okay, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. I think that's what you wanted. You fucking... Fuck, dude. I fucking... End stream! End it! End it! Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, man, that shit fucking hurt. I don't remember Q&A streams being this fucking hard. What is a scam you've pulled that we don't know about? Okay, you might know about it, but a lot of people don't know about it. I did the subathon. I streamed 30 days straight, 732 hours. I became the most subscribed to person ever. A lot of people ask me if I did the longest stream ever, and the answer is no. In fact, my subathon was kind of a scam because during my subathon, for 2 days, I had my friends, my roommates at the time, take over my stream while I hung out with Cutie and her family. And a lot of people who weren't there at the time, because the VODs aren't so easily watchable, don't know that I kind of cheated the subathon. I kind of cheated. I wasn't there for like 48 hours of my own biggest stream of all time. It's the only one I didn't want to do. When are you going to build the Connect Ferris wheel from the Amazon stream? If the answer is you're going to scam us for a second time, you must spin. Chat, thank you very much for all of your questions, and thank you very much for 6 million subscribers. It is a crazy number. I rewatched a part of my Wired autocomplete interview, and I had 3 million at the time of doing that just 18 months ago. Thank you very much for 6 million. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And that's it, man. Hopefully I answered all your questions. Hopefully I satiated your curiosity and stuff.